Pelicans take a commanding 3-0 lead on the Portland Trail Blazers. Very disappointed in Dame and CJ McCollum. Essentially, the Pelicans came with the right game plan, bottle up Damian, bottle up CJ McCollum, and force some of the mistakes or force somebody else to beat you. They haven't found that third person to actually contribute to the offense, and Dame and CJ are struggling mightily. That's one of the things that people got to understand about basketball. You could be a great dribbler, a great shooter, but if you're not a great decision maker, then it's a wrap for you. And you see that they lost 119 to 102. They got blown out within the first half. It was like 70 to 50. And that's the point you're making there. You're looking at Rondo, you're looking at Drew Holiday. They might not be as talented offensively, but they know how to make the correct plays, how to go CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard into making big mistakes. They had so many turnovers in the game, and then you got a guy like Mirotic draining down threes on your head and Anthony Davis giving you the business. It's like a shit show. It's like a disaster, like right off rip, because they don't have anybody else that could be a playmaker for them other than Dame and CJ McCollum. Evan Turner didn't play, but he's not going to make that big of a difference. And it's just sad. They're going to have to make a change, either coaching the change or a personnel change. That's what really surprised me, is just imagine if that team with Lillard and CJ McCollum, if Aldridge would have stayed, what that would have been. Because if you guys don't recall, CJ McCollum was a rookie around the time Aldridge was there. So imagine if CJ McCollum would have developed. You have Aldridge in the middle, which is a counterpart to Anthony Davis. I mean, that would be amazing. You have a playmaker. But this whole talk about, like, for example, last year, remember when Golden State steamrolled them and swept them? Everybody was like, well, Nurkic didn't play. Nurkic is playing, and it's against lesser competition. Would you agree? No shit, you would agree, right? Exactly. He's playing against a lesser competition. If he had to play against Golden State, it would be even worse. But he's playing against the Pelicans, which are a 6 seed. And he can't get off. He can't get off. So all that talk about Nurkic would have been a difference maker against the Warriors, let's stop it. That point is null and void. That point is mute. He's trash. He's trash. During the regular season, he's good. Postseason, maybe this is his first postseason or whatever the case is, he's trash. But there's going to have to be something reevaluated in Portland, especially if they get swept. Like, you can't get swept. And I'm pissed because I picked this team to win the series because they were on the up and up. They were doing their thing. But this is ridiculous. This is embarrassing. And you can't get swept. That's just like one thing I got to say to them. If they get swept, they're going to blow up that whole team. And you heard it here first. Remember I told you they're going to blow up the Cavs? They're going to blow up the Trailblazers if they get swept. Don't be surprised. Mike Budenholzer might be the coach in Portland. That's probably why he withdrew himself from the job in Phoenix. That's a smart move, Mike. I see you. Golden State beats the San Antonio Spurs. That's not even a series we really need to talk about because they're not playing with Kawhi Leonard. Speaking of Kawhi Leonard, we might see him in LA next year. Crossing my fingers. I would like to see that. Even though if we see that, though, the one drawback about that is we will get LeBron James, and I'm not a whole big fan of LeBron's legacy coming into play when we talk about the Lakers. When we talk about the Lakers, we just talk about the Lakers, baby. We don't talk about who the greatest, this or that, none of that. We just talk about Laker legacy. So if Kawhi comes, of course, LeBron James will definitely want to make a beeline to the Lakers as well. But that series between Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs is just so unfair. And it's really nothing to talk about. The San Antonio Spurs can't score. And it's kind of sad because you have players that in their career have been able to give you numbers. Like Rudy Gay has been sometimes 20-point scorer. Aldridge has been, 20, 25, and 10 and stuff like that. But, Ginobili's older. Parker's older. So it's not the same kind of deal. And then your star player, your main guy is not there. So, I mean, Golden State Warriors, of course, they're taking advantage of it. They want to prep themselves to, I guess, face the Pelicans, who are beating the crap out of the Trail Blazers. As far as the Warriors, Stephen Curry I think they say he's going to miss some games in round 2 as well. So that's going to be interesting. If they have to play the Pelicans, the way the Pelicans are playing now, that could be a 6-game series for the Golden State Warriors. That's not going to be something they're going to sweep through. That's not going to be easy, especially because they don't have that offensive power of Stephen Curry, who can get you 30 in any given night. 30, his decision making, the way he spreads the floor, it will be hard for the Pelicans to guard. If the Pelicans get out. I know I'm ahead of myself, but the way that series looks like, it looks like the Pelicans ain't going to make it, dog. I'm sorry, man. Like, whoever is a Portland Trail Blazers, I picked them. I'm the jerk that picked them, so maybe I'll put the whammy on them. Back to the Warriors and Pelicans. If they face off, that's going to be a nice series. Especially, it's going to be a defensive battle. AD against KD. That's going to be dope. I'm really appreciate that one. I'm really like that one. But the Golden State San Antonio series, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. And rest in peace, Greg Popovich's wife, Erin Popovich, and it's sad that she passed away at such a young age. People don't understand when people are passing away, 67, 50s, 60s, even when people pass away in your 20s, you're so young. Think about this. You have cousins and brothers and sisters who are in their 20s. You have great uncles and aunts who are in their 40s. Your parents are probably in their 50s and their 60s. So imagine just like losing your parents. So imagine, your dad losing your mom, or vice versa. It's such a young age. Like, people just don't understand. Like, people are living longer, living more fulfilled lives, and people are passing away like that. It's extremely sad, especially just like this in such a tough situation for him professionally, and it's just personally. So our thoughts and prayers goes out to the Popovich family. Philly takes a 2-1 lead over the Miami Heat. It's a back and forth series. That game 3 was a serious game. It was back and forth, shot for shot, shot for shot, shot for shot. Me and my Cody and my Rolly, we go shot for shot. If you guys remember Cameron, SDE, Double Up, he was like, we go shot for shot. That's the classic album right there. If you guys don't know much about Killer, his Confessions of Fire and SDE, 2 classic albums, cult classics basically. But that game, back to the Miami game, they were going shot for shot. It was like swat, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was a really entertaining game. The problem with Miami, they can't play that pace. They have to slow the game down. They have to keep it in the half court. If you look at Ben Simmons, every time he has the ball, he's just running up the court, running up the court, running up the court, running up the court. And Miami, when they get the ball, they're trying to run up the court too. No, slow it down. Slow it down, especially if you have a lead. They had certain times where they have 4-point lead, 3-point lead. Slow it down, get a great shot. It's just a youth. Once again, he has to play Wade more minutes. You know what I'm saying? Wade wasn't the Wade that he was game 2, but if you play him more minutes, put him in the post, great things will happen, in my opinion. But Miami has to slow the pace down. It's way too fast. Another thing, Philly is killing them with the threes. Philly is balling. Like, Embiid hit a couple threes. Bellinelli, monster with the 3. They're just murking them. Like, they're just assassins from the 3. But the problem with the Miami Heat, they don't know how to contest properly. If you remember the Seattle Seahawks when they were on, back-to-back Super Bowls. I mean, they won a Super Bowl, went to back-to-back Super Bowls. Their tackling was superb. They had the right tackling technique. They learned it. They actually brought in some rugby professionals who taught them how to wrap and hold properly. Miami Heat players, they need to bring in somebody that could show them how to contest shots properly. If the guy's on the perimeter from the 3, contest without leaving your feet. Every time Bellinelli do a pump fake or Sarge do a pump fake, these guys are jumping up and down, running out of these guys, running at them, jumping up and down. You got to chop your feet, These are fundamentals, guys. Chop your feet and contest without, leaving your feet. Only time you leave your feet is after they leave their feet. Kawhi Leonard does a great job with that. He'll contest you, but if you jump, then after you jump, then he'll jump. So he'll have a late jump. And that late jump, even though it's late, it still could affect the shot. And these Heat players are like acting like they're going to block a 3-point. You're not going to block the shot. Just relax. Relax, bro. Contest the shot normally, like a normal person. Don't try to super kick them, super kick. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember the WWE, which is but back in the day, WWF, the wrestling game, like WrestleMania, and they used to have these super moves or whatever, and the guys used to jump all in the air and leg drop them or super slam them and stuff. That's what the Miami Heat players are trying to do. This ain't NBA Jam, dog. You can't block somebody. This ain't NBA Street where you could block somebody. You jump all the way in the air and come in the middle. This is not that. You have to contest, stay on your feet. If they stay on their feet, you'll see that they'll contest a lot more shots better, and it'll be a closer series, but they have to slow down the game. I picked Philly in 6, but if they play this fast pace, it's over in 5. Miami, slow down the ball, dog. We have some great upcoming games for a Friday night. I love the playoffs. I love watching these games. The only thing I hate is my DVR is full of my shows or whatever the case is. But playoffs are awesome. They're amazing. We've been in exciting games. Besides, Pelicans, Trailblazers, and Golden State and San Antonio, I would say we've been treated to one hell of great playoffs so far. Let me know what you feel about these teams. Let me know what you feel about the upcoming games. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla.